Welcome back to the channel, everybody. In this video, I wanted to tell you guys a story. I want to tell you the story of why I started a YouTube channel, how we got here, and where we're going. I'm 23 now, and in order for me to properly tell this story, I've got to take you guys way back to when I was 16. This was back when I had that old Mustang. That was a great car, I loved it, and that's where our story starts. I can trace the beginning of all of this back to one conversation that I had with my mom. So I was 16 years old, sitting in Wendy's with my mom, having a chicken sandwich and an orange pop. I still remember this to this day. And we were talking about what I wanted to do with my life, where I wanted to go. I wasn't really doing good in school, and I didn't have a direction for my life. So because I didn't have a target, I wasn't really aiming for anything. During this conversation, I figured out that I wanted to go into business. I wanted to be a business person in corporate America, have a good high-level job, and be important. I ended up deciding that I wanted to go to Michigan State University for school. And at this point in my school career, I did not at all have the grades to get into a good college. But MSU was my dream college, and I wanted to go here so bad. I wanted this goal that I created for myself so bad. But in order to get that goal, I had to change the type of person that I was. I had to become the person I needed to be to get that goal. From the ages of 16 to 18, I completely transformed my personality. I took on new habits, I started reading about successful people, and I tried really hard in school. When I started high school, I started off with a 2.6 GPA. And through all my hard work, I was able to move that all the way up to a 3.4 GPA, which was very close to being able to get into the school I wanted. Over this period where I developed these new habits, this hardworking attitude kind of transformed into how I was treating my body and the things I was doing in the gym. I also started diving deeper into my interests, business, entrepreneurship, cars, all of these things I was getting more involved in and starting to learn more about. Over that time, I was also working very hard, trying to bring in money, trying to save money, and just trying to become a more successful person. I just wanted to be successful. Those couple years of my life taught me so much. I learned how to create goals, I learned how to do things, I learned how to figure out what I want and figure out kind of how to get there. So during this period, I was working multiple jobs, reading, learning, taking different internships to try to figure out exactly what I wanted to do, and I started to get this broader idea of who I wanted to be. Over those years, I gravitated towards being an entrepreneur or doing something on my own opposed to having a normal job and working somewhere else. So after years of working continuously as hard as I could, painstakingly, hour after hour, sleepless nights, I didn't get in. I failed. This was a goal that I wanted so bad, I put a poster of it above my bed so that every day when I woke up, I would look at it and be reminded to work hard towards that goal. And I failed. This hit me hard, but I didn't really react how I expected. I ended up going to Grand Valley State University. It was a very weird time for me. I didn't know where to go or what to do. For the past few years, I had made my identity this one goal, and then I didn't get the thing, and I didn't know what to do. Almost my entire existence was wrapped up into this goal that I didn't achieve. And that was the first time that I really failed at something. Yeah, obviously I failed at things before that, but not something to this magnitude. I was sort of back to this place where I didn't know where I was going, so because of that, I wasn't going anywhere. I went from having all the drive in the world to having none of it. I was not motivated, I wasn't a go-getter anymore, and I was just starting to slack in every area of my life. And that was when I was 18 years old. Around the age of 19, I really started to get more into business. From the ages of 16 to 19, I dabbled a lot in business. I would buy things from the store, sell them online, flip things for profit. I had this entrepreneurial spirit and I wanted to grow that. I eventually started my first company called Conquer Your Cart. It was basically an Amazon store. I sold groceries, toys and games, home good items, some of those kind of things. It had been going on for a couple years, but 19 was when I really started to push hard on it, and I was having some success. I had an LLC, a registered business. I was a real business owner. I jumped around a little bit to try to find my niche and what I wanted to do, but I started to have success selling groceries online. I would list items for sale, and then once they would be sold, I would go to the store the next day, buy them, bring them back to my house, package them up, and ship them. So I was able to sell things without putting any money up front. However, that success was short-lived. After a couple months of really getting into it and starting to be successful, Amazon shut down my store and I had to close down my business. All in all, and dollar for dollar, it would have been worth it more so for me to just get a minimum wage job, considering all the time and effort I put into this thing. Over those 3 years, I would say my business made about $60,000. However, all of that was basically erased between buying inventory problems, mistakes. I never really made any money. I just sort of transferred it from one area to another. Like I said, it would have been more worth it for me to just get a minimum wage job. I was still working at this time. I had a job at a pizza place, but in theory, my time would have been more well spent somewhere else. I didn't really know how to manage the website properly, manage inventory properly, manage my costs, do my accounting. I didn't know how to do any of that. I was brand new at most of this stuff and I was losing a lot of money and making a lot of mistakes. So even though I tried and failed and shut down that business, I learned a lot from that too. All of these things kind of sucked going through them. It wasn't fun to fail, it wasn't fun to lose money, but I never really understood the value of that until after it was done and after I learned from it and grew from it. So I was stuck again. I had put all this time and energy and effort into something that didn't pan out. I was still 19 at the time and I didn't know what to do. So I tried my best to learn from those mistakes and try to become better from the failures. One of the things that bugged me about being an Amazon seller was that I was basically just a glorified reseller. I had no brand. There was no me in the business. The only reason people would come to my store is because I had the lowest price. That's it. And I didn't like the fact that a company could just snap their fingers and I could lose my business. This channel was kind of built on the fact that I didn't know where to go. If you scroll back to some of my first videos, they're not car videos. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I just kind of knew who I was. I liked cars, I liked business, I liked fitness, I liked entrepreneurship. And these were some of the things I tried to share on the channel. I eventually settled on making this a mostly car channel, but those parts of me are still there and I still want to share them with you guys. So I started filming videos, filming educational videos, talking about my car and some of the things I liked or disliked, getting new parts, just sharing the car experience. Eventually, I got my Z06, which really helped out the channel. It was cool to be able to share that whole process with you guys, and the Z06 is still with me. My first big goal with YouTube was 1,000 subscribers. The reason why is because YouTube starts to promote you a little bit more and you get monetized at 1,000 subscribers. That took me like 2 years to get. And at this point in the channel, I've got almost 250 videos posted. I still remember the day that I got 1,000 subscribers and it was amazing. Hitting that milestone really kind of inspired me to move forward and push forward and start to develop a better idea of what this channel could be. I started posting on other platforms more like Instagram and TikTok, and I started to gain a little bit more traction. One day, I decided to go to Texas 2K. I went down to Texas 2K with a bunch of friends. It's a huge car event. They do racing and there's a lot of street sideshows and street racing and a lot of that kind of stuff going on. It was a car guy's dream. And I filmed this video, which blew up. Finally, I started to get a good amount of traction on my TikTok. And this video right here was the main video that helped to launch my TikTok account. And it just propelled it so much farther forward. Right now, I've got about 50,000 followers on TikTok, 50,000 amazing people that actually care, and I've got 2,400 followers on YouTube. And the crazy part is, this is only just the beginning. The next big goal is 10,000 subscribers, and I don't know how, guys, I don't know, but we're gonna bring this channel to 100,000 subscribers and then off to 1 million. Somehow, some way, we're gonna make it happen. This is only just the beginning. There's so much more to come, but I wanna leave you guys off with this message. You are going to fail. I failed so many times, and I will fail again. When you fail, keep pushing, take it for what it's worth, learn what you can, and keep moving forward. You have the ability to make your life great. Nobody else but you has this ability. Nobody else is going to do it for you, but nobody else is going to reap the benefits like you will. Keep moving forward. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video.